Hey you guys, welcome back. I'm Funky Like Feathers, and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about Malamander and Gargantis. Editing Funky here, I want to know if you guys actually like it when there are super weird creatures in stories. Do you like the monsters in a story to be fantastical, or do you want them more realistic and creepy and human-like? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. So the first book is called Malamander, and this one is aptly named after the monster that is in the town. It's a really fun story because there are a lot of really cool, interesting characters that we get throughout this adventure. There is twists and turns around the way. You have to figure out who to trust, who to not trust. There's a little bit of a fantastical theme that runs throughout the story, but a lot of really cool stuff. The illustrations are also amazing. I mean, some of these things in here, one of my absolute favorite illustrations is this one right here. It's awesome. The illustrations that you get are just kind of sporadically put through the story. It's really a nice little addition to put in there. They don't take away from the story itself, which is really nice. Beautifully done. Absolutely. These things are great. And again, just kind of sprinkled in nicely. The characters are ton of fun. Now, your main characters are going to be Herbert Lemon and Violet. Herbert Lemon is the lost and founder at the Grand Nautilus Hotel, which I think is a pretty cool job. He goes and finds the proper owners of lost items that are left behind, which is pretty neat. And then he finds out one day that he has a person show up who is lost. Now, we don't necessarily get a complete circle as far as all of your questions answered in this book. So there are some questions left unanswered at the end, but that's okay because then you get Gargantis. Gargantis is the second book in this duology, and it kind of answers some of your other questions from Malamander. However, I totally am hoping that there's a third book in this series. These books are a ton of fun. They are marketed towards the age of between 8 and 12, which I think is a beautiful age bracket for these. It fits really nicely. The format of these books is really nice. You see that you've got nice spacing between all of the words. They're a decent size for books as well. So it's not like it's a big size and then you have barely any words in there, or the spacing is really big so it actually isn't as dense as you want it to be. There's actually really great spacing in here. It's the same thing with Gargantis. The format is kept the same, so you really don't have to worry about it changing between books, which I've seen before, but the format is exactly the same. I, for some reason, got hardback and paperback, which is gonna drive me nuts. They have to match. But I do love the artwork on these. The cover art is beautiful. Malamander, this is a different cover than what the original cover art was. The original cover art actually had like a giant eyeball on the front because it was the book called Malamander that's talked about in the story. You know, the plot is really intriguing and it's got all these little nooks and crannies in it. There are some amazingly kooky characters who I absolutely adore. I think my favorite character is probably Mrs. Fossil or Lady Kraken. And their names are really fun too. So we had Mr. Mollusk, Lady Kraken, Seagulls Cafe and everything. So it's kind of fun too to kind of look at some of their names. We've got Amber, Gris, which is kind of cool. So the characters' names, you can tell that the author really put some thought into these. It's a lot of fun. Now, as I said, this is a duology. Malamander came first and then you've got Gargantis. You can actually read each book by itself if you want. Like, you don't have to read one in order to read the other. Should you? I would say absolutely. Both of these books are amazing. They're a lot of fun. They are perfect for any middle school kid out there. And even as an adult, I thought they were really exciting and fun and easy to read. And you look forward to the next one. And so that's why I'm saying I totally hope that there's a third book in this series. As far as rating, how would I rate these books? I would say out of 5 stars, I would probably give them 4.5 stars. Just a heads up, there is a little bit of violence in this one. A guy almost shoots a kid with a harpoon, so just a heads up on that one. But of course, like I said, there is a lot of thrilling stuff in these stories, specifically because there are monsters, there are, you know, chases going on. It is so much excitement and fun. If you read these books, let me know down in the comments below what part was your favorite. If you are thinking about getting some books in the middle grade, you know, age genre, let me know what they are down in the comments. What is it that you've been reading? I would love to know, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, you guys.